Word on the block is Kanye just dropped a bombshell, and it's looking real messy for Mr. and Mrs. Carter. Yep, you heard that right. Rumors are flying that Beyonce might have linked up with the FBI behind Jay-Z's back, and Kanye is out here backing up the unthinkable. This so-called secret meeting has the industry shook, and now people are whispering, did Queen Bey really snitch on Hov, or is Ye just running his mouth again? The streets are buzzing that Beyonce could have turned Jay over to the feds, choosing to protect herself instead of standing by him. And if you've been keeping up, you already know the chatter's been wild for a while. Bey and Hov's marriage has been rocky, like hanging on by a thread. Now folks are saying Beyonce might be done playing loyal, and word is she sat down with the feds in private. And everybody knows Jay-Z is not gonna let that slide. And guess who's tangled up in this mess? Diddy, of course. Anytime something shady pops off in the industry lately, his name somehow slides right into the mix. For years, folks have whispered that Bey and Jay had some secret ties to Diddy's world, but nothing ever stuck. Until now. With these new snitching rumors swirling, this might be the spark that sets the whole thing ablaze. But let's keep it real clear. It's all alleged. Still, the timing feels way too convenient. Diddy's trial is just weeks away, and the feds are locking everything down, tying up loose ends and securing witnesses. They're trying to keep it quiet, but you know how it goes. Secrets always slip out. And here's the juiciest part. Word is Cassie's lined up to testify against Diddy for the prosecution. Ever since that bomb dropped, the internet's been in overdrive, digging and guessing who else might hit the stand. That's when Beyonce's name started popping back up. And once it did, the internet ran wild with it. Now don't get it twisted. Folks love to say Bey only got pulled into this drama because of Jay. But let's not act brand new. Beyonce had her own connection with Diddy way back in the day. They were tight, like real tight before his empire started crumbling. For some perspective, Freddie P from Making the Band once spilled that Diddy made him and some of the bad boy artists walk 4 hours. Yes, 4 whole hours. Just to grab a cheesecake from a specific bakery, all because Beyonce had a craving. That's the kind of pull she had back then. Wild.
Like, y'all walked to get a cheesecake. It was for Beyonce. I'll do it again. But, yeah, because at first he was like, I want some cheesecake. But we took all night to do the process, right? So when we got back, it was like 4 or 5 in the morning. And me and Dallon got back first. Let me tell you how green these niggas is. So I'm the type of nigga. I listen to everything you say as if it's a contract.
Tea spilling about Beyonce, Diddy, and Jay-Z sounds less like gossip and more like the setup for a Netflix documentary. We all know Diddy's been out here with a long, messy history of doing his artists dirty. That part isn't even shocking anymore. But that cheesecake story, where he had his own people walking 4 hours for a slice just because Beyonce wanted it, you don't pull moves like that unless you're extra cozy with the person making the request. And here's where it gets even wilder. Word is, Beyonce wasn't just casually popping up at Diddy's parties, she was allegedly a regular. This was way before the freak-off drama, before the baby talk, before the raids and lawsuits. Even back then, there were whispers about her showing up to those infamous gatherings, and let's just say, people were raising eyebrows heavy.
There is a new Diddy accuser. This is a man from Florida. He is suing after he alleges that Diddy strapped a to his face and made him parade around.
And get this, word on the street is Beyonce might have even tried to shoot her shot at Diddy during one of those wild parties. He didn't flat out call it a freak off, but the way it was described. The vibes were definitely giving freak off energy. But hold up, it gets deeper. Rumors have been floating that Beyonce was actually caught on tape at one of these parties doing, well, some things. Now, no receipts have surfaced, but Jaguar's been spilling industry secrets for years, and she claimed this tape existed months before Lil Rod's court docs even hit the public. People are starting to think she might have been right all along. Speaking of those court docs, Lil Rod said that while he was living and traveling with Diddy, he discovered hidden cameras everywhere. Bedrooms, bathrooms, lounges, you name it. He straight up believes Diddy's been stockpiling compromising footage of celebs, execs, politicians, and athletes like it's a whole blackmail vault. That's exactly why fans think Beyoncé might have flipped on Diddy, trying to protect herself before any tapes drop. But here's the real gag. This story is just unraveling. If Beyoncé is really snitching on Diddy, why would she turn on Jay-Z too? Let's break it down. For years, there have been whispers that Bey and Jay's marriage ain't about love anymore. It's all PR and business. Sure, Jay's the father of her kids and one half of that power couple brand, but insiders swear Beyoncé's been trying to dip out for a while. And if that's true, then snitching could be her ultimate exit plan. Picture it. If Jay ends up locked up right next to his buddy Diddy, Beyoncé could slide out playing the heartbroken wife card. She'd protect her brand, shield her kids, and step away, looking like the victim who had no clue what was happening behind closed doors. Strategic, right? Plus, don't forget, there have been rumors Jay had Beyoncé on lockdown for years. Jaguar Wright even accused him of forcing substances on her and obsessively controlling her every move. If there's any truth to that, then maybe Bey's finally ready to snatch her power back. And let's not act blind. Jay-Z himself basically admitted to being toxic in one of his most personal songs. On 444, Jay didn't just admit to cheating, he spilled his guilt in full lyrical detail. He literally rapped, "I said don't embarrass me instead of be mine. That was my proposal for us to go steady." Like what? Instead of giving her love, he gave her a warning. Then he confessed to mourning the innocence he claims left Beyoncé's eyes, admitting he was emotionally unavailable, playing with women and falling short of the man he pretended to be. That's not love. That's emotional manipulation 101. And fans caught it quick, side-eyeing him hard, especially with all the messy allegations tied to his name. Meanwhile, let's talk about Beyoncé, because in just the past couple of years, she's dropped multiple businesses, announced not one, but 2 world tours, and been stacking her empire at full speed. Bey's always been about her business, but this sudden grind, it's giving exit strategy. It's giving, let me secure the bag before I bounce. And remember when Jay-Z got slapped with that lawsuit for SA? Fans swore that was the breaking point, that Bey was finally about to walk away for good. But no, not yet. That case ended up dismissed, and Jay was out here celebrating, calling the lawsuit fictitious, frivolous, and laughable. He even said the trauma he and his family went through could never be erased. But while he tried to play the victim, fans couldn't help but ask, what about Beyoncé? What about the trauma she's had to carry all these years? And that's where the whispers start. Rumors that Beyoncé might be secretly working with the feds as her clean exit plan. Now it's not confirmed, but if she really is, it would explain a lot. The sudden business moves, the rebranding, the switch in how she presents herself. It's giving quiet preparation before the storm. It's giving watch me bow out gracefully while the rest of y'all crash. But then you took things way too far. He didn't just throw shade at Jay and Bey, he dragged their kids into it too. Kanye made some straight up out of pocket comments about their twins, Rumi and Sir, and that crossed the whole line. And that right there is where the Carters drew the line. Shading adults is one thing, but coming for kids, that's straight up unhinged. Instead of hopping on IG Live or tossing out cryptic captions like most celebs, Beyoncé and Jay-Z chose to play it smart. And word is, their lawyers are already circling, seriously considering legal action over Kanye's comments. And it's not just about disrespect. Reports say his rant was laced with ableist slurs and wild, baseless claims about their children's mental abilities. But you know Bey and Jay, they don't feed the circus. They don't play into Ye's chaos online. They're focused on protecting their peace and, most importantly, protecting their kids. That's classic Carter style. They've always kept their children shielded from the spotlight. And this calm but calculated legal approach just shows they're still 10 steps ahead. But while Bey and Jay stayed classy and quiet, Mama Tina, oh, she had time. she hopped on Instagram and dropped a holy warning of her own.
So I'm on the set of a photo shoot today for my book, and I wanted to tell you a corny joke because I have on all this glamorous hair and makeup, thanks to Cole and Darius. And Sienna on camera work. You got a corny joke. Want to hear it? Here it go. So what happens when a snowman throws a tantrum? He has a meltdown.
She didn't drop Ye's name directly, but let's be real. We all knew exactly who that post was aimed at. Kanye's been moving reckless. 1 minute he's apologizing to Jay-Z, and just hours later, he's back throwing shade at Beyonce. That flip-flop behavior is exhausting. And if you've been watching, it all traces back to him feeling like Jay-Z abandoned him during the Kim divorce drama. Now Ye's all in his feelings, rolling out a new album the messy way, causing chaos online and dragging celebs instead of just pushing the music. Meanwhile, the Carters, they're keeping it classy, protecting their family and plotting long-term moves. It's giving, you'll hear from our lawyers, not from us. So the question is, has Beyonce finally had enough of Jay-Z? Is she really trying to break free from the machine she's been locked in for decades? Or is all this just smoke with no real fire? Some folks say she made her bed, and now there's no way out. But one thing's for sure. When Beyonce makes a move, it's never by accident. And if she's planning an exit, the industry better get ready for a serious shakeup. What do you think about this wild drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.